Hello, hello. Welcome to the rig. And today is a first test flight. Going to see how this all turns out. Have the flightsim.com CL-60, got the Bravo connected here as well. Using a camera and also a telly. Don't say anything to anyone. It just suddenly appeared. I'm on the motion rig. This is the DOF Reality 3. And things look a little bit kind of scareways, but it's grand. There's a reason for it, because I can now fit everything onto the one kind of platform, which includes, of course, the Moza base and the stick, before I had to take the stick off. So I'm hoping this all turns out terribly well. So we're in the Duke here, and what we're going to do, we're going to take this out for a short ramble here around Kerry. And it's surreal not having the controls that I'm used to where I need them. But listen, it'll be grand. We'll top up a shot of fuel into this. And hopefully the cameras now are clear. You guys can see the rig itself and, well, all the jazz here as well. So let me see. Cabin door, baggage door, and that'll do us down there. So remove all of those. And I think all our before flight is done. Let's see what we have. So we should have independent controls, which we do. This is all terribly fancy. And gear, we have trim. Look at that. We finally have a trim reel, or trim wheel rather. Flap switch. Yeah, that's all working. Gear stick. That's working. And right, well, the rest of it, lads, we'll have to figure out how we go here. The first time using this equipment, I powered it up last night, myself and Two-Tone Jr., and I was like, right, what do we do with this gadget? And it's I want to say it's plug and play, but you kind of have to follow things a very particular way. You kind of, once you get it, you put it into boot mode, then you update the firmware, take it out of boot mode, and then you should be good to go. I can't say I didn't read the instructions, but sure, listen, you know what I'm like. Anyway, let's see, can we get this machine here into action? And, let's see what happens. So, main battery coming on, get our beacon on here while we're waiting. Both props can come to full. Get our mixtures up here as well. We'll play with those in a moment. And make sure we have our fuel set to on. Both tanks are on. Lovely hurdling. I usually do this in VR, so this is a real treat. Now, what do we need? We need a pre-oiler. So we're going to start it up on the right side. As we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and get our booster pumps on. So we're going to go for the right side. And there we go. There's a good bit of fuel flow. And try it again. And that looks good to me. I've buttons all over the shop here, lads. You'll have to bear with me. Alright, booster pumps off. Mags. Right, left, both. And we'll open the little window here. Nice and out outside. And sure, listen, let's see what happens here. So we're starting the right side first. Parking brake already on. So we'll say clear prop. Ho 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 ho! We got a good start. Pre-oiler coming on the left hand side. Generator comes on for the right. And booster pump is on. Not seeing much in the way of fuel. On the fuel pump, Murph. There she blows. This is weird, me sitting here. I'm completely out of my comfort zone, lads. But sure, listen, let's see what happens, right? Alright, let's see what happens here now. So, mags. Right, left, both. Clear. The yoke responds to it as well. That's awesome. Alright, bring these back. We shall close our window. This is pretty awesome. Alright, pre-oiler off. Let me see. Generator on. Inverter on. And then avionics. Wonder how this is all going to sound. Now, I'm doing this intentionally. You're probably saying, Murphy, your voice. Yeah, well, sure, listen. It's all part of the experience, really. For me, it's very immersive. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? Right, pedos come on. What else do we need here now as we're just sitting on the ground? She's good and loud, isn't it? So well, the yoke control is pretty friggin' awesome, right? So as you would expect in a real aircraft, you can trim this and the yoke will stay exactly where it's supposed to. I mean, we can turn ailerons, they'll center back, and the yoke, it's trying to push itself all the way forward, but the resistance you're getting on this, it's really, really nice. And the idea being is, once we start trimming out the aircraft when we're moving, you'll actually keep the controls where they're supposed to be. I mean, they pretty much just stay there. So the whole simulation of load bearing, it's 100% there. So with the rig, this should make things very interesting. We hope. Right, let me see. Get them all on here now. Taxi lights can come on here as well. Flap switch. I can feel that on the controls as well. That's pretty awesome. Now park and brake. There was a button here. I want to say that was the park and brake. I don't know what I've just pressed now. Don't worry, lads. It's grand. I'll figure it out. That's a park and brake right there. Look. All right. Let's see. Let's bit of manoeuvring. Make sure our rudder pedals are working, which they are. Brakes are working. Ooh, the rig is moving as well. Transponder, go ahead and bring this guy up. Weather radar, bring that up. And let's see what this is all going to do. I do have another light. I have it turned off at the moment, so if I'm still a little bit dark, fear not, friends. We have another light that we can turn on. And I'm not even looking at the camera, I'm looking at a big green thing. Right, it's grand, say nothing. Now in terms of like having some views and stuff set up, I'll figure that one out later. At the moment, this is pure. This is epic. We're all like this. First time you get a chance to properly test things out, well, you're going to make a mess, aren't you? Well, I'm going to make a mess. And there's all this other equipment that I'm not using. It's mad. Right, we continue to taxi. We'll come down here and we'll get some additional lights turned on. So we're going to want our landing lights. And I think we're okay with that, lads. B key for our altimeter. And we won't worry about the autopilot just yet. Not even going to bother with a run up. This is all about just taking it out for a blast and see what happens, right? So let's see here now. Onto the active we go. We'll squawk VF4, even though it's kind of live weather. I'm expecting a bit of turbulence and all this jazz here as well. So hopefully you can see the rig. The rig is responding to my brakes, as is the yoke. It's quite incredible, lads. It really is. So bit of power here. And as you add power, the yoke is moving backwards. It's friggin' nuts. Right, notch of flaps for takeoff. Set those guys. And right, off the brakes, power coming in. Let's go flying. There's the wind hitting us. Airspeed alive. Mind the yoke. First time you fly, right? Alright, oopsie daisy. The very first time you fly, everyone has that feeling. It's that feeling of, well, you know, terror, but also just that it always puts a smile on your face, you know? Now, how's my audio doing? Oh, it's loud, man, it's loud. So hang on, let us fix this, because I don't have any controls. Mixer? Don't panic, lads. 80%. Remember 80. We're bringing... Jesus. Why is there so many of them? We'll bring it to... There's loads of them. Okay, we brought it back down to 30, so let's see what happens. It's all part of the testing stage. Right, flaps are in, gear is up, and we're flying here nicely. Bit of power back. And a bit of RPM back. Alright, let's see what this is going to do. So, in terms of trimming, what you got to do, and what you would do in a real plane, you kind of get the aircraft into the position you want. So you pitch for the attitude that you wish, then you trim out the force or the resistance, yeah? And as usually when we're flight simming, we tend to kind of trim until everything stops moving. And it's a difference. Like, I mean, when you hop into the real plane and you're, you got to let the plane fly itself. Alright, our speed is fairly up there. We're almost pretty much trimmed out. Let's try a bit of a turn here now. We'll get the ailerons in. Because I hope I don't hit the wall. Easy now, Jemima. It's very immersive. Now you might say, Murph, you know, a better way to do it is, you know, get yourself a monitor that sits on the rig. So the whole thing moves together. But I gotta be honest with you, I mean, the way it's set up right now, this is very immersive. I mean, in VR, if this was VR, you'd be absolutely elected. But even on a screen, it's, you know, it's mounted right in front of me. And with the rig, I mean, this is very, very nice. In a fixed wing, it's going to be nice and subtle. I'll power back a smidgen. Go ahead and stick our old prop sync on. We'll ramble around here to the right. You got to measure, like, this is like the tightest space you would probably get a rig. If there's even half an inch clearance on any side. And I haven't fully tested. I mean, I can yaw this. Oh, shit. That's very close to that bit of table. What if I go this way? Man, it feels great. It really does. Alright, so we're getting a bit of altitude here. Sink it right back. And hopefully you're seeing this. You know, you can see the rig moving, doing its thing. And it's just that sensation you have with everything moving. Now here's a Murphy special. The flight sim yoke is now blocking some of my screen. I don't need what I can see. Like, what I can't see I don't need. It's only covering the yoke. There's a stall coming in. Keep her going. Right, we'll get aggressive with this, right? So let the nose drop down here a little bit. For an IMC, and we're going to do some stalls. This is brilliant. Right, kill the power, hold the yoke back up. And let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, the shake on the yoke is amazing. Uh-oh, there's the... Oh, Jesus. There's the... Alright! I'll figure this one out. Oh, careful now. The weight on the yoke trying to pull this up. That's incredible. Alright. Right, I'm going to be banned from having the crack of this thing. Temps and parses were all good. The next thing, I suppose, is going to be getting the creature comforts back. You know, it's going to be getting Navigraph on the screen. It's going to be getting some VATSIM on here. You know, I got my little transmit button on the yoke itself. And again, the trim, like, I mean, you know, it's let's get like perfectly level here. And let's see if we can just take the force out of that yoke. Easy now. Okay, we're still kind of climbing, but if I keep, I'm going to use the trim now. You should see this yoke coming back. Look, that's not me. That's just the trim. Look, it's friggin' nuts, is what it is. And like the weight on the yoke when you have the trim off it, nuts. All right, so we're just kind of bopping around here. What do we like for? Where's our location? 12 miles? We got 12 miles? Get out of there. Alright, I think that's an airfield up here on the right. Alright, let's bring this power back. And let's see, can we play around with this? So let's get rid of that prop sync. So can we feather a prop here? I mean, this is where the real taste is going to come in, right? So we're going to drop the right engine. Which blows. I'm going to feather that. And we're going to increase the power on the left side. Oh, I probably need to set up a button to feather a prop, so let's look down here. Yeah, there's got to be a button there to feather that, so I'll set that one up. But this prop should feather here now in a moment. I'm feeling all the yaw on this air. Like, the rig is just, it's beautiful. It really, really is. Okay, good stop on the right engine. And, well, let's go give it a blast now and start it back up again. So we'll take it out of feather. It should start windmilling here now in a moment. You can see the prop starting to turn. Just rotating on itself. And once the wind starts hitting it, off it'll go. We hope. Hasn't done it yet. Maybe, there she goes. Alright, let's get some fuel back in. Prop. And let's bring the engine back up. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Alright. Small imbalance between the two, but that's quite okay. Let's stop this guy now. So same crack again. Power out. Mixture away. Increase the right engine. And we're going to drop the... we're going to feather that prop. The feedback I'm getting on the yoke and also on the rig, it's incredible. Excuse me for coughing, I've no mute button over here. Man, look at the yoke, it's really trying to fight that imbalance now. Now I could add in some rudder torque or rudder trim, and that'll take the pull out of the air, you know, it'll stop me from kind of going one direction. But that worked out really well. Right, let's unfeather the prop. There we go. Oh, careful now. Oh, the shakes. It's not liking this life at all. Alright, let's get that prop back up. Blade is starting to turn. You can see it trying to catch the wind. There she goes. Fuel in. Prop in. And power coming back. And there we go. Really nice. Really, really nice. Alright, let us ramble over this way. We've got our weather radar working as well. I gotta tell you, this is such an experience. Like, in VR, it's so easy to get, I won't say lost in it, but like, using this sort of equipment outside of a VR environment, I didn't think it was going to be any good, because like, nah man, VR, you're in the thing, it's going to be brilliant. This is incredible, and it is such a game changer on your flying experience, right? I mean, the flight sim yoke, I remember seeing this at Expo, and it retails for about $1,000. This took, like, I'd have walked to China quicker, lads. You know, well, maybe not. Well, no, it took a while, right? I mean, I ordered this back in October, and like, it only came in January, so there's a hell of a lead in time. Honeycomb, the Bravo, I mean, this has already established itself as a great throttle. It's really good, but you know, the flight sim yoke, you couple that with the rig, and like this Moza rig, I mean, or the Moza rig, this DOF Reality rig with the Moza fitted on it, with the Windwing Orion, the flight sim yoke, and we have the Honeycomb Bravo along with the TPR pedals from Thrustmaster. To me, these are the best peripherals you can get. I'm a huge fan of Virpil. There's hopefully stuff coming soon, and I got it mounted onto the chair. That's going to be a collective, and that's going to be a load of gas. But for me, I mean, this is, you know, the best I know of consumer level stuff. I'm really, really happy with all this equipment. It's awesome. Oh look, I got some buttons. I got some lights on me Bravo. Wait now, can I use the trim on this? Oh no, look at that. That's good. So you don't use the trim on the Bravo because it's working over here. What about autopilot? Autopilot on. Right, there's the plane turning me. And if we go to heading, that's 3 clicks down. And hey, we got some autopilot coming in. So let's see if we can hold this. 030 degrees. And let's see what we can do here on our altitude select. If we say altitude, and let's call it, let's call it 2,500 feet, okay? Come on. And now let's go vertical speed. And I'm going to engage vertical speed. And I want to climb at about 500 feet a minute. Super, this works really well. Nice. Autopilot's on. Engines are running okay. Airspeed is looking good. Hell of a wind hitting us. Let's see here now. Whereabouts are we? Ah, sure, brilliant. Is that Shannon? It is, lads, it is. We'll head up to Shannon here and see what happens. So let me see. Back to heading. And we'll start making a small turn here to the right. Look at the yoke moving itself. How friggin' nuts is that? The yoke moves, man. And do you know what's really cool as well? I don't know if the camera following me now. Do you know what's really awesome about with the flight sim yokes? If you had a second one, well, they talk to each other. There's a link at the back of it. There's like different cables and stuff. Plus, I got another emergency stop button here. I now have two emergencies. I have three emergency stop buttons. One is down on the rig. One is on the flight sim. And I got a button here beside the Mosa gear as well. Friggin' nuts. All right. Okay. So yeah, we're heading towards Shannon. And let's see what all this does. Now I don't have any of these fancy buttons. I think we can jump outside if I do this. Yeah. Look at the state of that machine. Look. So we're going to head up the S3 here. So let's bring some of that power back. We can actually increase our RPM. Not too much. That'll help slow down the aircraft. And a small bit of heading here as well. So we're on heading mode. Over to the right. That's so cool with the yoke moving. Now let's see what we're doing. Yeah, we're alright. Alright, let's change our altitude now. So we're saying 2.5. Let's drop it down to 1500. And with vertical speed. Click vertical speed. And we'll start dropping down. So 1500 feet to go. Ease out some more power. The Duke is such a great airplane. Can't wait for like a native version in 2024. And that's only because like the livery in the back is kind of... Although this one is now working. EI Fav. Tis Fav, alright. I might need to get like a button box that has other controls over here. Yeah, I'll probably have to do that. Okay, keep rambling in. We can increase that rate of descent. Down we go. And heading. Let's ramble over to the right just a little bit. We'll start picking up that runway. So on the yoke, this button up here, just your index finger, that's your push to talk, that's your transmit on your comm radio. Autopilot disconnected, this red guy right here. We got a nice kind of normal trim switch that you'd find. This one here is just for views, and you got a nice hat switch here as well. And what I like about this yoke, this is something that you're going to have. I mean, this is what you find in a real airplane, right? And it responds, it's the same, right? But you know what I must get? Although I need to go on, right, get rid of the stomach diet. But you can get, what are they called? You know, like the iPad mount gadgets? And then you get your iPad here with your Navigraph. Ah, lads, I mean, be class. Bugger all used to it in VR, but for this kind of stuff, this is ideal. And with the audio as well, like I'm trying to go for that, you're in the plane listening over the radio. Some people don't like it. And to them I say, oh bother. I'm teasing it out until I know it works. And then we'll see what happens. Right, small bit of heading correction. We're in the soup here, lads. This is a great idea. Yeah, fly into... Are we going to... Yeah. Fear not, friends. Fear not. Let's see what happens. That speed is coming down nicely, though. So, let me see. Autopilot disconnect. Autopilot off. My airplane. So, prop full, mixture rich. Just keep the power away from any sort of a warning. We're just going to dip down to about 1,000 feet here. And we're going to wait until we start seeing up that runway. So our speed is looking alright-ish. Let's lower the gear. Gear coming down, you feel it on the yoke and you feel it on the rig. That's incredible. I think I see runway lights ahead. Watch the speed, go up. Now. There's a bit of getting used to it, lads, that's all. Alright, go for a notch of flaps. Easy now. Watch the power. I tell you, you know, you go from flying a joystick for so long. I started out with a yoke, and it's been all joystick, and now I'm flying with a yoke. Funny how that turned out. Okay, that's the runway down there. I think it is. It is. Right. Ramble in. All will be well. Our speed is actually alright. Altitude is shocking low. I don't know what sort of an approach you call this one, lads. I call it cruel and unusual. But it's not about precision today. It's not about following procedures. This is purely down to how does the gear feel? You know, is it working as expected? I didn't have to press anything with the honeycomb stuff. Just plug it in. It has the controls already mapped. Every manufacturer of hardware, please do that, because you have buttons on your hardware that have like names on them, right? Just do it. We can change it after, but just give it like however long it takes to set up everything, you know what I mean? Like the worst approach in history. Watch your speed. Yeah, there's a stall. Come on, Murphy. Already braking. Jesus. Easy now. I don't even know what way that wind is going. Sure, listen, we'll figure it out together, lads, right? Yeah, it's coming in sideways. Jesus, easy now. Oh man, the feedback on the yoke is amazing. And the rig is trying to throw me to one side. Easy, easy. Hold. Jesus. Deadly. Alright. It's so much fun. Get those flaps in. Oh, I'm after missing alpha that they're giving out to me. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Oh, we're grand, look. Up there now, quick. Now. Alright. Oh wait, I probably did miss alpha. Maybe this is alpha here. It's weird not having Toby as well, because like I'm so used to just looking around. Especially when I'm sat over here where the rig is, you know. Bit of breakage. Really fit. Look at the rig, look. That's incredible, man. Right. Right. It's all terribly, terribly nice. So as we taxi back in here, this video probably won't go live because I've absolutely murdered the audio, and I am an idiot. Yeah, pure idiot. This is all about how does it look and sound, you know what I mean? Right, we're up there now. Look at the movements on the rig, man. That's cool. Deadly. Alright. What else do we need to do now? What else can we do here for honeycomb stuff? We've got flaps, trim, the yoke has trim, and like that, you can't see it, but like every little bump on this taxiway is being picked up from the yoke. It's just shaking and rattling and moving along there. It's awesome. It's kind of interesting as well because I have other hardware connected, and it's not freaking out. It's like, no, I'm using the Bravo now, so the Bravo responds. And all my other hardware is connected. My vertical gear is connected, the other set of TPRs, everything's still connected, but the sim knows, oh, you're using this one. Or maybe it doesn't know that. Maybe it's just pure fluke. I don't know, lads. Or maybe it's just the aircraft. What does that button do? Does that button actually... Oh, look, it's an autopilot button. You know the go-around button? Alright, okay, I gotta play with that. Is autopilot on? Autopilot off. That is so cool, man. Right, I'm trying to turn my head, look. We'll kind of index here, lads. And I want to review this footage and see how it all turned out. And, yeah, if it's worthwhile, you see it. If it's not, I'm going back to the drawing board to see what I can do, if I can make it better. Right, let's see. Let's just, like, blatant abandonism. Let's just stop here. Park and brake is located just here. Park and brake on. And what else do we need to do here now? Avionics, we say goodbye to those. And engines off. Now I need to do like a feather, isn't it? How do we do this now? Can we just go into controls? And we've selected Bravo. I want to do feather. Toggle feather switch. Joystick 26. What does this do? Search by input, right? It's not actually a button. Okay. Any of you guys who have the Bravo, let me know how we get like reverse and also feathering, because they're not detected as buttons. It's like it's a reverse axis. Would that be right? So what if we say axes? I doubt we have anything there for feathering, do we? Throttle, mixture. Oh, condition lever. Alright, okay, we'll have a look at that. So, horizontal thrust. No. Right, I'll go off and figure that one out. But, right, as always, thank you so much for watching. And, well, let me know what you think. Early days yet. I even got a new light put it. I'm getting fancy now. But, yeah, thanks so much for watching. And, we'll see you on the next one. I have a button over here that stops it. Look. Sorted.